Hi everyone, my name's Caitlin Kwolk and welcome to my kitchen. Now some of my favorite foods are of more of an international origin, and I live in a rural area, so when I go to the supermarket to find the ingredients, I usually can't. So I like to do something that I call Americanizing some of my favorite foods, and one of those foods that I really like would be gyros, or gyros, or whatever you want to call them. I just think they taste good, so call them whatever you like. Now, I don't have a spit with lamb meat on it in my kitchen anywhere, so I decided to change it into steak gyros with the Zingi-Ziki Sauce. Now, let's see what we need for ingredients. You need 1 pound of marinated flank steak, 4 to 6 pitas, I have right here. I actually made these out of frozen bread dough, so if you can't find any, that's an easy fix for that. You need half a head of iceberg lettuce, some grape tomatoes. And for the Zingi-Ziki sauce, you need half of an English cucumber, you need 1½ teaspoons of horseradish, that's where the zing comes from, you need 8 ounces of Philadelphia whipped cream cheese, and some spices. We have garlic and onion powder, salt, and pepper. So let's get started. These are my 5 steps until we feast. Our first step is going to be to grill our flank steak until medium well. So let's go ahead and do that. Now obviously you can grill outside, but it's raining here today, so I'm stuck indoors. This is preheated grill pan, and just put that on there. You like that sizzling. Now you're probably thinking medium well is a little too done for what you like, but I really don't want to put a bloody piece of meat on a pita. That just doesn't sound appetizing to me. So that's why we cook it so much. Since this is going to take a couple of minutes, I'm going to go ahead and make the Zingi-Ziki sauce. Alright, so now for our Zingi-Ziki sauce. Now traditionally on a gyro, they put a sauce called tzatziki sauce, which is pretty good, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. So we're going to need our English cucumber, which I've cut into pieces. Now that is in traditional sauce. And then we're going to use our 8 ounces of Philadelphia whipped cream cheese, which is replacing the Greek yogurt in tzatziki sauce. There's that. If I can get it all in there. Alright. We have our horseradish. That's where the zingy comes into my title. It's a nice kick and it goes really great with the steak. And then we're going to add our spices, our garlic and onion powder, salt, and pepper. Pour those in. And we just stir all of this together. Alright. And it's starting to smell like our steak is almost done. So once I'm done stirring this, I'm going to throw it into our refrigerator, let it cool down, let all those flavors come together. And I'll take our steak off the heat and let it rest. We'll be back in a few. Okay, so our steak is at time to rest, and I went ahead and cut the large portion of steak into 2-inch wide strips. Now I'm going to cut it into smaller strips. I came back to tell you this because if you skip this step, you're going to have some problems. Always, always, always cut flank steak against the grain. Flank steak's gotten a really bad rep for being chewy, and it's usually because people have cut it the wrong way. So if you want to play tug of war with your food, don't listen to me. But if you want an enjoyable meal, make sure you cut it against the grain. So I'm going to finish slicing this up, and we'll come back and I'll show you how to assemble the gyros. Alright, as promised, we're back to assemble our gyros. So we're going to take a piece of our pita bread, and we're going to smear our Zingi-Ziki sauce on the whole thing. Just like that. Alright, and then we're going to add our vegetables. We're going to do some of our shredded iceberg lettuce on there. And some grape tomatoes, which I chose because they're nice and sweet. They don't compete with the other flavors going on. Just like that. And some of our steak. Just close it up. Now I like to serve this with some boiled potatoes. These are just assorted fingerling potatoes that I've boiled. And I've tossed them with some butter, parsley, salt, and pepper, and a little bit of garlic. It goes really nicely with our steak gyro. So now the next time that you really have a taste for a gyro, you don't have to check your bank account and see if you have enough money to fly to Greece. You can just try out the recipe for the Steak Gyros with Zingi-Ziki Sauce made with Philadelphia cream cheese, and it might even knock the real thing out of first place. See you later!